I'm Celeste. I don't know when the live starts, if it officially starts the second you hit the button or not. Anyway, this is the outfit. I kind of don't like the bottom shape of it, but I think it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to like be cool that it has some kind of like shape to it, I think. Anyway, I'm just gonna do like a get ready with me. No one's here yet, but I don't know. So, I'm just gonna like get ready. Going live is awkward, but I think it's more fun because it's like when you are here, it's like we're all here at the same time. Obviously, but yeah, it's kind of fun. Hello. There's one like. There were 0 people when they had one like, and I didn't like it myself, so I don't know. But hello. Hi. Hello. Okay, someone said, I missed your live streams. Yeah. So what's your secret diet? You're sounding like a celestial being. Secret diet? I had like Einstein's bagels today. My secret diet? There's a lot of Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. It's not really a lot of a secret, or a lot of, I don't know, carbs. I order food a lot. No, I sound like Jennifer Lawrence being like, I swear I have like carbs every day. You know what I mean? Like those interviews they would like make fun of her for, but like I kind of feel like, you know, the part of that, I don't know how genuine it was when she was saying that, but like, I don't know. The only time that I eat something that healthy is kind of like when my dad like cooks dinner. Usually I eat like unhealthy food, I guess. I mean, because I don't see Chick-fil-A as like healthy, but like I was eating Chick-fil-A every day for like a while, like at my job. Starbucks, like, I don't know. Like I don't really do like vegetables a lot. Again, unless my dad like cooks dinner, then we have like broccoli or something, but like, you know, it wasn't like health food, this and that. Like I would get like a Starbucks Frappuccino, and you know what I mean, like the milkshakes from Chick-fil-A, like the coffee milkshakes and stuff. Like there's no like healthy part of it. I don't know. So, but big fan of my voice. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I guess like diet, I've never been on a diet. Not like actually, because I don't know how I don't think I would give up pasta. I can't even give up the unhealthy food when I don't have money for it. Like I'm still like, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely not. when I don't have money for the unhealthy food, I'm like on OnlyFans like begging for money for the unhealthy food. Like I'm not like I don't have like a big following on here, you know what I mean? Like yeah. Then I go to other means of like, okay, how am I gonna get like the pasta or like the most unhealthy food ever, you know? Like it's kind of like, you know how a diet is like sacrifice? I'm like, how many sacrifices do I have to make in order to like have that? Like, I don't know. Hello everybody in here. There's 9 people, that's a lot of people. Oh, I watch your every video. If you want me to be honest, I am not liking your AI videos, I am sorry. You don't really have to be sorry if you don't like a certain kind of content I put out. You said you like all of my other, or you watched all my other videos, so if you want to stick to those ones, like that's fine. You know, I don't think you need my permission, but if you do, you're welcome to stick to only the ones that you enjoy. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna like change the content that I feel like making, like just because, you know, someone feels that way. But like you can totally enjoy the, you know, content that you do enjoy, and like it doesn't have to be that big of a deal for either of us, honestly. But like I'm glad that you like the other ones. Appreciate it. You know, if you like the videos, more people find them and stuff, but if you don't want that to happen, then you're not gonna like the videos, and that's not even my business, I guess, you know? So, yeah. I think, I don't know, there's a few reasons why I enjoy the AI videos myself, but, you know. Does that mean that you have to love it? No, like you're not at like gunpoint, like you're free to not like it, or not enjoy it, or not love it, and not watch it. If you have to, if that's what things come to, you know. Oh, thanks for saying I'm beautiful. I appreciate it. I like your videos just because of you. Okay, well, that's great. I don't know, like, that's nice. But, you know, to be like, oh, I don't like the AI videos, it's like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Cool. I'm gonna put on this. I'm gonna do like a skincare routine. I don't know if I'm gonna do makeup. I don't really wear makeup that much now, but like, I kind of want to again. I don't know. It takes effort. It kind of does. I don't know. This kind of matches the outfit, huh? Wait, that's actually really kind of like a close color match. That's crazy. Can't believe that happened. I love these. So good. It feels like hydrating on your skin, on your flesh. It's not gonna be like rotten flesh like in Minecraft, you know? Like it's just gonna be on your face. You already look so good even without any makeup. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay, you said, wow, you look way prettier than a few months back. Thanks, I got fired from my job recently and it's been looking good on me. I'm kidding, I don't know. I actually did get fired from my job, so, you know. If you only watch the lives, that's gonna be an update. You're gonna not even know which job I got fired from, but I did get fired from one. And that makes me sound more well-rounded and interesting, because boring people don't get fired from their jobs because they don't do anything, I think. Okay, here's the product. You see it? It's glass, so I don't want to break it or drop it or anything, but that's inside. It's sort of just yellow on the skin, and then you rub it in. I cannot see the chat yet, but I will in a minute. Because I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind as a bat. But this, you have to really rub it in and like not be stupid, or you're just gonna have like yellow all over your face. Which people are gonna think is completely natural because we live in a very like medieval world. And, you know, unless it's super obvious makeup, people kind of assume like maybe it's natural. If you don't have like red eyeshadow, there's people who are just gonna think that's like how you naturally look. It could literally be like glitter on your eyes and they think it's how you actually look sometimes. Like for real, I've had people think that. They think mascara is natural, they think any lipstick that's not like a super obvious fake color, like bright red or blue, they kind of think that's natural. They think photo editing is natural, they think hair dye is natural. I had blonde hair in the past with like a shadow root, so like all of this was like dark. But then like you get to like here, from here down was blonde, and it was like super long, and people thought that was like natural. They were like, is the blonde like do you just naturally have like hair like that? One time I had all brown hair that was kind of long in high school. I was like 15, but I had this chunk only. Like, you know when people do like I think they call it like a money strip now or something like that. But like it wasn't necessarily called that back then. Because this was like a long time ago, like what year was that? I don't know, 20 something. It was a while ago. When was I 15? I have no idea. Because I'm 23 now, so I don't know. But I'm bad at math enough, but it was one of those years. And so but people, so it was like blonde, or it was green. I had like a green strip in my hair. I don't remember, my friend might have done that for me. I really don't remember, but it seems likely now. People thought it was kind of natural when it was the green, they weren't sure. When it turned blonde and the rest of my hair was brown, they thought you have like, from the root, like 2 inches, like that, of your hair that's naturally blonde. Like, they kind of took me as like, wow, how rare is that trait to be born with? It's like as if people had not been dyeing their hair. And it wasn't like children that thought that. It was like people would be like 40 and they're like, oh, is that natural? Like, which they can comment, but it doesn't make them look like a genius. If it would be, you know, it's just a very medieval world out there, and you don't know until you have something people can like ask, like, is that natural? It's like, it feels like the same thing as like they look at your tattoo, they're like, wow, that's so good, is it natural? Like, in what capacity was I supposed to have been born with that? Maybe I would have tried to. Like, what? Was that an option where you come from? Because I don't remember that option that much. Like, I don't know. Okay, now the skin at least looks good. Looks hydrated. It's not like dry skin. I know my chin is like breaking out though, but I don't really care. I don't know. Oh yeah, I got hair on this. Yeah, so this is from Einstein Bagels. I just got like, they have like this chocolate coffee, it's like frozen. So, do I want to do makeup? I think so. I didn't even do anything with my hair yet, but I think hair has to be after makeup because you don't want like hair products on your hands. Even if you wash them, it's kind of still there, you know? Like, you kind of can't do that to yourself. I don't know. Okay, do we want to do like concealer? Ew, I got something on my hand. Do you want to? Do we want to do concealer or like a BB cream? I think not this. This has like more coverage, but I don't want to put a powder on after because I feel like that makes it look like it's like heavy makeup, whereas this isn't gonna look like natural, but I feel like it blends in a way. It creases though without powder, but with powder, it looks like you're wearing like a lot of makeup. I feel like ah! There's like 18 people in here. Hello, giant audience. Hello, oh, it went back to 9 that fast. Okay, wait. I kind of want to like. Someone said bitch, and they're trying to say like bitch. They said it B-E-I-C-H with a heartbreak, like a little broken heart. Like, oh, things are happening that I don't know about. Where did I leave off reading? Also, I love how much I didn't realize it was kind of backhanded for someone to be like, wow, you look way prettier now than a few months back. But it's like, I don't really care that it's backhanded because I'm not like insecure. But like, I feel like that's such a funny thing to say because you know you're like fishing for like me to be like, that's like backhanded to say. But it's like, I don't care. Like, I didn't even realize. Sometimes I feel like insults I don't even realize because I'm like, I'm just happy. And then like, it's like, they're trying so hard to like, you know. But I get it though, because like, you know when you are mad at somebody but there's like nothing you can possibly say that you think they're gonna take as an insult, like I feel like then you just go crazier. Not that you should, but you know. You're like, well, they're not hearing me. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, okay. Your curly hair. Please don't leave. I didn't leave. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thanks for saying I look beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Dark circles. Be gone. Forever. The way that makes me look so pink. I'm just that roasted piglet you just took out of the oven, and like it's not even a big deal for anybody. Because why am I so pink? Like, what? No, like it's fine. Totally normal. You were just gonna eat me for dinner. Like, and nobody noticed because it's fine, because it's normal. Like, oh. You know what's funny? Writing songs and putting them out, like, you kind of raise your capacity for, like, things that you could say that would be, like, normal to you. So that it's, like, you say something, like, outrageous, but you're like, technically I could go, like, way farther than that, but there's no words I can think of to say right now that would even match the capacity that I have for, like, crazy things that I could say that I would then be fine with. But then you're like, oh, other people exist. And they're gonna be like, that's weird. But like, that's kind of the point, I think. You're kind of like, if I'm so happy in my life, I could say anything and like, I couldn't be like embarrassed by it. But also it's like, why do you have to mean what you say? But the people think you do because that's like earth, you know? Okay, wait. See? You can't even tell, like, my chin just looks better. And you don't know why. See, it makes me look terrifying because it makes me look like I'm wearing a mask where I'm just wearing another person's face. Like, it makes me look terrifying because there's not dark circles there, but you can tell, like, the indent, so it's like, why is it, you know. That's, like, a disturbing way to put it, though. You're gonna be, like, terrified. You're going to be crying because you're gonna be like, what did you just say? I'm kind of glad that I got fired from my job though, because I feel like it actually kind of opened up my throat chakra to like some dark stuff. Even though, like, I feel like I write songs about crazy stuff or like weird stuff, creepy stuff, but like, because it was about car insurance and it was over the phone and these are people that are like yelling at me, but then I'm like allowed to kind of yell back at them, or like you have to like keep them on the phone, you have to like not be that nice to them. Like, they kind of get mad at you if you're nice to them, to these strangers. It kind of makes you, it like forces you into the position of the person who's like controlling of other people, but then you're like on that wavelength. And then there's like people like that who you're on the same level as far as like your expression. So it puts you in a weird spot, I guess. But I did not even stay there very long, just since like November, so, you know. So I feel like it's been a positive experience to not be at the job, even though I don't really know what the vibes are. It's weird. Okay, wait. The makeup's kind of good. See what I mean by like, obviously it's better than natural, but it's sort of like blended enough to where if you didn't know, you'd be like, okay, like it's probably natural, because you can still see like birthmarks, you can still kind of see like imperfections, but like overall it's just better. And it's like, I could have told you this was natural and you would have believed me, but I just wasn't doing that because it's a lot more effort to like do this before I then do makeup. Like, that doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna put on makeup before I put on makeup and be like, oh, well, this isn't before, like, you know what I mean? But like, technically somebody could do that, and they probably do that to you all the time, and you just don't know because they're just insecure. Not to be like, if they don't look bad, they're insecure. That's not what I mean, but like, maybe. If they have to fake it, I don't know. Like, not necessarily. Okay, this chapstick is pomegranate. Oh wait, I didn't even blend the nose that well. It's like pink, and then there's like just random spots that are not pink. You know? Okay. Comments stress me out. Okay, someone said, you are a magician. I think that's a complete statement. I just don't think I have a lot to say to that. Someone commenting that you are a magician. I don't think I have a lot to say to that. I think I do my thing. I think any spells are probably like the most not public part of me right now. Not for any like reason, it's just that way, you know? So, you are a magician. I don't think I have a lot to say to that. Well, I think it depends on the person's perspective too, because it's like I'm not sitting here with like tarot cards, you know? Because I don't really do that anymore. I'm just psychic. Really psychic. I do spells. Like, I do a lot of stuff as spells that I just don't say that I do as spells. But I don't have a lot to talk about it because, again, it's kind of just like the more like private aspect of me at the moment. So I'm like, I could in the future, but like not right now, you know? So yeah, but more like I do a lot of things as spells, but I'm not sitting here like, how can I be a better magician today? Which I could, but I have other things I'm thinking about. Black circles gone. Like dark circles. I don't know what color they are. Like, you know when people get like dark circles? I don't know what color you call it. You're not wrong, I guess, but I don't know. Not that it's like bad, but I think it isn't like charcoal. You know. So can I see you all day 24/7, please? I don't even know what that means. What does can I see you all day 24/7 mean? Like, you can sit there and watch all my videos. I have a lot of different kinds of content you can find, but I don't know what can I see you all day for 24/7 means. Like, and to say please at the end, like, I don't know what that means, because I wasn't gonna live stream for 24 hours. I was gonna be sleeping for like half the time and doing nothing for the rest of it, like and I wasn't gonna like go somewhere. Like, there's no such thing as like anybody on the face of the earth being like, can I see you for 24 hours like in a row consecutively online when I'm not there. No, I don't know what that means. How do you earn money nowadays is the question. Do I earn money nowadays is the question. Or what should be the question. Should be the question. Well, I recently got fired from my job. It wasn't like a long time ago. And I don't pay rent because my dad owns the house. So, that my parents bought when I was a baby, or like before I was born. And so I do get to live here. And so pretty much we have food in the fridge. I already have all the basic stuff I need. I'm waiting on the next plan temporarily. I have a little bit of money in the bank. So do I earn money right now? Not really. I just already have my like technically I have my basic needs met. I just can't go out and like buy clothes, or like I can't go out and like I can't take an Uber somewhere, you know? Like, I can't go to like Barnes & Nobles, but I could be at my house doing whatever I want at my house and like not die, you know? And like I have like the stuff, you know? Like, yeah, I can't go to like Target and buy stuff. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I've got like a new mug today, like I got a new sweater today, like I got a new pair of shoes. But like, I could be like, oh, we still have like pizza rolls in the fridge. You know what I mean? I could buy like ramen. Like, I can like, we have like milk in the fridge or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have like Lunchables. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not like dying. But do I earn money is the question. You know? No, like I still have like shower stuff. I still have like deodorant. Like I still have clothes, you know? Like I still have like a hairbrush. Like honestly. You look like that actress from Fantastic Four Quicksilver except blonde hair. I don't know anybody. I don't know about any celebrities. So if I look like somebody, that's cool. I don't really care. Is that it for makeup? Do I want something else? I think. Just this. Yeah, right. Someone said, I mean, how do you earn money these days? Any extra source of income? So, well, I'm one of the astronauts, and they just don't tell you. They don't really put me on the list. You know, it's kind of private information. When a private citizen is an astronaut, they don't put it on the list. So I'm just like at all the planets, you know? It doesn't pay like insane, but it does pay, you know? It's just like you only get paid when you go on like the trips with astronauts. So if I'm ever not online for like 6 months, like I was probably in space, but we just only do that a little bit. And it's kind of risky and you have to like train for a long time. So I don't really know if it's like worth it, because you know you can like spontaneously like explode up there and stuff, and there's the whole lack of oxygen and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty much like the only extra source of income that much, like, you know. I love how for the rest of my life there's gonna be, if I were ever famous, I'm not famous, so nobody's ever gonna see this, but if I were, then for the rest of my life there would be people who believe like you're an astronaut. When I just said that for no reason. You know? Like just to have something to say. But when you put something out there, it's like you can say that it's not true. But if I were ever famous, the fact that I ever put that out there would be like, there would still be people who would be like, are you an astronaut? I think of things like that, even though I'm not famous though. Like how people could be like, is it true? And I like, as far as they know, like it is true. Because, you know, why does it have to not be true? I know I kind of ruined that one for the people who have brain cells though. They're gonna be like, okay, so you said you're not an astronaut, you're not an astronaut. But there's other things I can say about myself that you're still gonna believe. So it's fine. We have other options. We can talk about it, you know? We can make up something else that's way more interesting and believable. And that would have been so believable if I had like one fact of like evidence to show you. Then you would have been like, okay, well, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't true. But it's okay. It's a work in progress. We can figure it out, you know. You follow me on Instagram. Okay, cool. Are you still updating with new content on your fans account? What's a fans account? Oh, like OnlyFans? Well, the people who are on there know what I post. People who aren't on there don't know what I post. If I just explained in detail what I post, then you would know what I post, but you have to subscribe to know what I post. It's like the whole point. You're kind of just supposed to be like, okay, like I think this girl is pretty, I'm gonna subscribe. And then you find out if she posts stuff, like what she posts, you know? You kind of found out. You were a past subscriber? Well, if you subscribe again, you'll find out if I still post. Like I do, but like, you know, like, I don't know. Do I still post? You tell me. I like the look. I mean, I didn't do the hair yet, but I like the look so far, dude. It's not bad. Do a backflip, honestly. I'm gonna throw this away and get a water bottle. I'll be back. I don't know about you, I am not worth a backflip. What I mean by that is not only can I not do a backflip, I am so far below the worth of being somebody who could do a backflip. Like actually, Like, maybe that's an ability I could buy if I had $1 billion, you know, and I'd still end up being the only one who can't buy that ability and everybody else can, you know? Like, it's not like... I don't know. Kill me just to do a backflip on my tombstone, because again, I'm so far below the worth of being able to do that. Like, just as a person, like, it doesn't make sense, you know? Like, not only do I not have that in me, but like, I don't know what I would have to do to meet a person who does have that ability. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, done in slow motion. Again, like, do a backflip in slow motion. Like, do a backflip in slow motion. Like, no, I don't know, again, what kind of magical powers I would have to be somebody who has doing a backflip as an option. Like, I'm pretty sure you have to be born with it. I'm pretty sure you're born with it if you could do a backflip. Like, do people survive after they do a backflip? How do you learn how to do it and you don't die? Isn't a backflip literally like a cause of death? Like, how do you could, I don't know. I'm here after so many days. How is it possible you are glowing like a star? How's it possible that I'm glowing like a star? Well, I wasn't before I put on makeup. I cut my hair recently. I think it gives me a little more life. I think, you know. Not having a job. Because at any job, I was like miserable the whole time. And just, you know what I mean? Woo! It's not my approach to life. Glowing like a star. I mean, you just saw all the makeup I put on. I think I look at life like, what would bring more life back in? Because clearly, where is all the life? I don't know. So I look at myself like, okay, I'm a raisin. How am I gonna turn into a grape? And like really fast. So like, what would save my raisin self? You know, like, I think what puts life in me right now, the fact that I recently cut my hair and it's like completely different, I feel like it lets like heavy energy go really fast, but also putting out songs and putting out albums and putting out content brings life back in, because without that, like, I don't even know where I would be, because the way that it brings life back in, well, I'm facing things that are like so embarrassing that I thought I would never do that. Like, I feel like people don't really think about how embarrassing just being like a music artist in any capacity feels, but it's like you face it and that brings more life back in, and it makes you care, and it makes you have like a little more energy and a little more life in you, even if you felt like you didn't have any. Now there's 0 people in here, but like, I guess the question wasn't that good. Like, I guess the answer wasn't that good, you know. Okay, to the 0 people. Well, maybe somebody will watch this back and it'll just be like amazing that it's here. You are a 10 out of 10 now. Thanks. I don't really know what that means, but thanks. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I know it's all like guys just like gotta rate girls with like numbers, but like you know, it's kind of like not true, and it's like thank you at the same time, but it's also like, well, I guess by your standards, like, everybody gonna have their own opinions of like what makes somebody beautiful, and it's not that I would want to change something about myself because I'm confident, but I feel like it would be conceited to fully believe that you're superior to everybody based on what you look like. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of what those numbers do in a way. But it's also like, by all means, like, be so confident that you would say that about yourself. Like, I don't think that's like wrong. I think that's great. But I think like, I'm not trying to like put someone else down and be like, I feel like sometimes people walk around and they're like, if they think they're like a 10 or like a 9 or a 7 or whatever, they're trying to seek out and find the people that they think are like a lower number or like a higher number, and then it becomes this like toxic like snowball effect of like they only want to see the positive or negative traits physically in people, and then they forget who they're like next to in a way, you know? Like, I think be beautiful, be confident, be happy, have life in you. But if you walk around trying to only pick out like what you strongly like or hate about the physical qualities of people, I feel like it's a waste of energy sometimes, because, and it could bring like toxic feelings into your life, you know? Because you set yourself up to have certain mental patterns, and then that's how you live the rest of your life. Like, you know, it's kind of like, I think even people who believe like, oh, like the gods can't like read your mind, which yes, they can, but even if you wanted to believe that and you wanted to have like the atheist perspective, you're still changing your mind no matter what, and it's proven that everything you do changes your mind and changes the lens that you see everything with, which obviously the atheist perspective doesn't make sense, but like, you know. I only believe in like the most spiritual perspective. Like, I forget that there's people who don't think they like planned their life before they were born. Like, I'll just say that, and then I realize it'll be like I will only say that for like 10 years. Then I realize, oh wait, someone in this room probably doesn't believe that about themselves, huh? Like, like that's the part I forget. I forget that there's people that don't think that automatically, because I look at everything with the context of that. So, I've been talking about my haircut for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and so to say I just realized you got a haircut even though you were in the chat the whole time is hilarious, but okay. Okay. Vocals only don't help you need a great music. There's some vampire in the chat because there's no way that makes sense. I'm not gonna sit here and think about why that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Sometimes people want to be thought about, but you actually thinking about them doesn't do anything. They need the reinforcement of them believing you thought about it in a certain way. But like, it's not based on something. They're like, but they have to have such a like narrow like view of things that they fully believe. Oh, if I wear yellow, they're gonna think about me. And then they believe it because they wore yellow. They don't believe it because you thought of them. But then they give themselves so much positive reinforcement that they go on with in their life, and that was like a proven fact that it happened, you know? But yeah. Conditioner for the hair, that's... I'm literally putting water in it to get more out because, you know. Science. Okay. I put like way too much in my hands. Like, I forgot that my hair's short. I forgot my hair's short. Because it wasn't that relevant to the moment like that, you know? It wasn't that serious. Why does it look like Betty Boop? But I don't think her hair is as short as mine. I don't know, because I actually did it botched though. It's like here and here. That's not the same length. But like, you know what I'm saying. You get the idea. Or wait, Betty Boop, right? I don't know. I don't know her name. I feel like I don't know. I wasn't thinking of that. Ew. See, when you do makeup, you can't see it, but it's like not it's like creased, but it's like it made my skin kind of dry in that spot, so it looks weird. It looks like a sponge on my nose. Makeup can make you confident but also insecure, because you're like, you do makeup and sometimes you're like, wait, like I look cute, but I didn't realize I could be that ugly also at the same time. It makes you kind of like again, that's kind of why you know, it's weird. There's kind of no such thing as somebody being, I mean, there is such a thing as people being prettier than other people, but like it's not like I don't ever think of that or like know that that's like a concept, you know what I mean? I think I try too hard to not associate it that way at the moment. I think I try pretty hard to not think about it that way, or if it even like crosses my mind, I'm like, oh no, was I being mean to that person in my own brain when they don't know? So it's like, I'm not saying I'm trying to like make you think like that, because I think that's, if anything, toxic to myself, because then I'm like, oh, I don't even like that thought popped into my head, but it's like, by all means, I can have a brain and think of whatever I want. So like, it's kind of like, maybe go to the other side of the spectrum just so that you don't end up like my brain, you know? I don't know what you want to do. I'm not saying you should evil eye people, but if it pops into your brain, like, it doesn't mean you're gonna hate yourself for no reason, but that's what I would do. So, you know. Okay, wait, we gotta like fluff it up. I don't know what that's. We've gotta like have hair, you know? Like, okay, it's just kind of good, but you can tell it's like so short over here and so long over here, but I don't know why, but it's kind of good, right? Why am I like insecure? I'm like, it's good, right? As if you're gonna think it is, or as if you care. I don't know what to do on live. I feel like there's nothing to do. I feel like the one person who said do a backflip had a good idea, but where was I gonna do a backflip? And also I was gonna die because I've never done a backflip. I'm not flexible. Not the most unflexible, but I'm not like so flexible that it matters. I can't like do a split, you know what I mean? I can't go like all the way down. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? When I think of flexible, I think of like Tate McRae. She could do like, you know what I mean? I think of that as like flexible, so then I'm like, I'm not flexible. I don't see it being like that, you know? I'm like, if I dedicated my life to it, it would not work. I would not become that flexible. I'm not somebody who like stretching makes me like more flexible. I'm somebody who's supposed to have like some weird energy thing where like it just still doesn't work and like it's unexplainable. Because that was the kind of energy that I sort of, before I practiced magic, got very invested in. The type of energy where it's like you can't change it in a way, because it's just like the permanent fact about you to where you're like inferior, which kind of, I know it's like, okay, you could change that, but like to change that, it would be like multiple lifetimes in the future. You know what I mean? Like I could be in the fast lane and it could still be multiple lifetimes in the future to like try to change something like that, because that was like the energy I kind of stood in for a long time, but I can like practice other kinds of magic that don't have to do with like, I don't know, I think slow changes to that would be like a great thing. I try to work on that. The like, you know, is it really a thing that you can kind of be like innately like inferior forever in any random category that's like randomly selected in the exact present moment? Like, it's sort of like a harder, it's kind of like, I feel like it's like the heart chakra a lot that I'm like working on the most, which is fine. Because I kind of had just like a hate for like myself when I was younger, so I wouldn't have been surprised if I were just unlucky for no reason, and it's like not possible to change that. But like I've just worked on that a lot, but like that doesn't make it not a thing. Still, I still have room to grow by a lot. But I'm not like uniquely flexible to the point that it's an interesting fact about me. You know, I'm not a gymnast. I don't think I'm ever shockingly unflexible to the point where people would notice, but I notice, and then I'm like, if I did stretch every day to that degree trying to, I would just be like disappointed, and I know that. I know that it's like a path towards only disappointment for me if I tried to change that, which is why I'm not gonna put my time there and my energy there. I can tell because I am psychic, but it doesn't mean I can identify like what's actually causing it. I just can know like kind of the future with like the amount of time that I could put towards something and then what would the result be. That I can be like psychic towards. I don't think I have enough time on Earth to figure out, like the 100 years isn't enough time to figure out what's going on with, like, why doesn't it work, you know? I'm kind of getting bored of the live. It's almost been an hour. Should I end the live and just put out, like, songs and stuff and, like, other things? Probably. I don't know. I just, like, poured water on my face because that's one of the steps of your getting ready routine is make sure that you don't know if it looks good. So you take that little bit of insecurity with you, and then it's like that vampire insecurity, like it kind of draws blood if you're the one who's insecure but they can't tell it's you. Because then they look at you and they can't tell which of you feels insecure, but you to them look great. No, that's like toxic tips. But if they can't identify which one of you feels insecure, but they feel the insecurity, but then you look good, they're not going to know what's happening and they're going to assume it's them who feels that way. But if you do that, you're just going to be unhappy. You're going to be so miserable and so sad, and you're going to be crying all the time because you don't know why you feel that way, but you just caused that and to someone else. So beware. But like it works. But like, you know, I don't know, but I don't do that. But I know how, I'm not stupid. But I love you guys. Oh yeah, we could talk about my projects because I feel like we haven't. Do I have anything I want to say about it? Well, I'm putting out Horse Gluttony, and that is a novel. It's a novel, it's kind of magical. Horse-themed energy. It's book 1, like I kind of have book 2 in the works. But like, I've only put out the first 2 chapters on my YouTube. On this channel, and it's called Horse Gluttony, you could find it. It's on my playlist. It's just fun. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's fun. I don't really know what to say about it, because like you could just read it or listen to it. I mean, you can't read it, you could listen to it. Because I'm reading it in the clip, so there's not like a thing you could read. You can't like read along. Unless it does subtitles, I don't know. But yeah. I like Horse Gluttony. I did want it to get published at first, but after getting rejections, I was like, I'm gonna put it out anyways because I care about it and because I still want you guys to enjoy it, even if I don't make money on it. I think I wanted some of the like business-minded upgrades in my life, and that was something I cared about my whole life, but that was the part of me that like the universe would sabotage the most. And that any spirits I would work with would sabotage the most, even though I knew I was coming from like a humble, grounded perspective, so it would be sort of difficult to face the fact that like it's still not working for no reason. You know what I mean? Like it was sort of like that. I was like, it's still not working for no reason and I don't know why. And the amount of times that I've been like, there is no possible reason why. Like there's no possible, like it doesn't make sense anymore. Like it's not law of attraction anymore, you know what I mean? It's not a manifestation anymore, it's not magic anymore. Like it's the fact that like, I don't know, maybe if you didn't start with $1 million, you're never gonna have one. Like it sort of becomes that. It's like maybe you're never gonna have it, and like, you know. And it's like, it's not like I've never thought of it that way. I thought of it that way so many times, but then I didn't, like, I had the optimistic approach so many times, you know what I mean? And like I changed so many things about myself to try to figure out like, how am I going to be able to meet some goal that I have, like, and then that becomes somehow sabotaged like by the universe in so many ways. And then I'm like, oh, so I'm still trying to make myself stronger by not having things for no reason, even though I've pretty much tried every version of not having things. Okay. We're doing this again. We're doing this again. It becomes like you just find things to like about disappointment. You're like, maybe I am gonna into it, I don't know. Like, you kind of like... and you could see it like your higher self, like, oh, wanted that. Like, what I always wanted for myself was to have nothing and to have no opportunities. Like, you just kind of laugh about it at some point. I don't know. But yeah. Which is why I wanted to put out so many albums, because I felt like that is the way that I can still upgrade my career that I actually have control over, and that I don't need $1 million to start, you know? Like, no one's ever gonna find it, but is that a new tattoo on my back? My back? Oh. I got that a long time ago. To me, I think a long time ago. I don't remember when. It was during the Sword Portal that I got it. I had like a YouTube community post, but you'd have to scroll all the way to the bottom, which is really long because I put all of my information for all my albums on there, on the community side. I posted every album cover. I'm starting to get tired of talking, but like I posted every album cover on the community page. And then I also posted the track list of every album on the community page, and I tried to update it as I went, so it's like very detailed and like it's all there, you know, a lot of like copy editing or whatever, like just hours for no reason. But, well, for the reason that someday if I have fans, they can find it, and they can find it very easy to understand what's happening, because it's so far in the future from this present moment if it ever happens. So I just put in hours of doing it, all that, in case someday somebody finds it. In case I ever have fans who don't know what's going on and they want to be updated and understand the whole everything from the beginning to now at any given moment of like what's going on. Just in case. Which is very smart on my part if I ever have fans. Then it's genius. Then it's the smartest thing that's ever been done. If I never have fans, it's the dumbest thing that's ever been done because it's a waste of time. But it's fine, you know? I hope they filter option on YouTube. I don't know what that means. Okay. Someone said, I don't know. I will love whatever you do because I just like you. Well, thank you. Thank you. But I really do try. With my art, every album has a little bit different of like an artist. Every album has like a slightly different fan base that it's sort of meant for, in a way. Not like other fan bases that, but like if I had fans, you know what I mean? The hypothetical, like they're technically like slightly different groups, but like they could all overlap. But it's like this one is meant for this, and it's not like planned out in like a stereotype way, obviously, but like I could just tell this one is meant for this kind of person, this one's meant for that kind of person, this one's meant for that kind of person. Like it's sort of catered to slightly different energies. like if you did a tarot reading, but it's like a general reading and it's like for whoever it's meant for, in the sense that like you can sense the difference in energy. Yeah, I can sense the difference in like energy of like each album is sort of meant for a different energy of a person. You know? They're meant for somebody. I just haven't found who they're meant for yet. They haven't found me. But they overlap a lot. But there is sort of, I try to prioritize, you know, even if they only like there's variety. Like I try to prioritize, even if they only like one song that I've done or something, like, then like there's the song for them, you know? Like even if, I don't know, I feel like I prioritize that a lot. Like I totally understand if they only like this one album I did and they hate everything else and they wish I died, but like they like this one album. You know what I mean? Like I still get you, like it's fine. I feel like I get it, you know? Maybe I'm done. I really am kind of getting tired of being on the live. I feel like you could tell I'm like, maybe I'm ready to do other things with my whole life. Except for this one live, I don't know. You just need good luck. I mean, I'm not taking, you know, the fact you said that seriously. I think it's funny, actually, for people to say things like that, you know? I'm not taking it seriously that it's you, but when people who don't know what they're talking about try to give advice on like how to grow my YouTube channel or any social media, I just remember, you know, historically at some point in time, weapons were created. And they were probably not created for self-defense or with that in mind. They were created because someone made someone else really angry. And I just remember like someone else in history gets me and they understand. You know, like oh, you know, but like at some point in history, like weapons were created and they were just created because somebody made someone else mad. And something had to be done. I don't know. Like, you know? Yeah. People who know how to do it are a dime a dozen. People who actually do don't exist. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. The only difference between successful and unsuccessful people is luck. I don't believe that. I don't know what I believe. I don't know what I believe. I believe in not taking advice. I believe in not being the person who thinks you know why somebody else isn't growing. I believe in I believe in not being the person who thinks they know. That's what I believe in. Because you're holding on to some nasty energy if you think you know why somebody else isn't growing. Unless you're like the most psychic person on the planet and you can prove it, but like most people who think they are can't. So, hope that helps. I hope it doesn't help. I hope it poisons you. You know? Not you personally, I guess, but you know, the people who think they know. Things that they don't know and can't prove that they know, but like they know because they're smart. Because no one told them they were not smart. Ever. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm done with the live, but that's true. I am pretty. I can say whatever I want. Thanks. But yeah, I mean, I'm aware that you get away with a lot more, and I feel like I play into that a little bit, like, because like, why not? Like, you're only young for so long, like, tear it up, you know? Like, go crazy. I do believe that a little bit, because like, you could be like, oh, I didn't mean to say that, like, but you did. Like, who's gonna stop you? Again, you're pretty. You have to live like you are, no matter what. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about your insecurities when it's like, oh, you're pretty, you can say whatever you want, you can do whatever you want. Like, that's your moment to, like, be pretty and do whatever you want. Like, that's your, oh, I didn't mean to, like, I didn't know. Like, you're pretty, of course you didn't know, of course you didn't mean to. Like, if you say it. If you don't say it, they're gonna assume you meant it, but, like, if you're pretty, like, you didn't mean to. You know? I believe that. I do believe that. I believe it's sort of there for a reason, in a way. Maybe you have a little more bandwidth to get away with things than you normally use. And maybe it's an opportunity. You get to sort of, like, you get to mess up for so long that, like, you're still pretty enough to mess up, but when it starts to still be annoying regardless of how pretty you are, then you've done too much. You know, but you've got to, like, find out. You got to find out, like, you have to find out how pretty you are somehow. Find out what you can get away with. No one would believe it was you. Technically, right? I'm like, here's all the bad advice. Here's all the ways to poison yourself if you want. I don't know. Well, I don't really believe nobody will be able to stop you. I believe lots of people. You can't think like that. Well, in a way you can't afford to think that nobody could ever stop you. Because then you're not, like, strategizing. You have to believe anybody could stop you. Especially if you can't tell, you know? And then you're gonna strategize around it and be like, well, anybody could stop me at any moment about anything. So, like, like how am I gonna strategize to, like, never be stopped by them? Assume everybody's a genius. And then you strategize around it. And then you find out how much of a genius they actually are. And then it just makes you smarter because you thought they were so smart that you had to plan around it. Then you upgrade, like, in your intelligence, like, 1,000,000 times. Anyway, that's all. I love you guys. Bye!